What's going on, guys? If you guys can't tell, we're here at the junkyard. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I got word, I saw on Facebook actually, that there is a 240 here. So I don't have a 240, but I want to see what's left on it. Also, it's 40% off anything here today because they are closing down. So we'll see what we can get, and we'll see how cheap we can get it for. Well, the junkyard was a bust. There was nothing there that I could possibly use. I couldn't even find the 240. But we're gonna go ahead and get to work on the Rx7 today. We got a package that came into the mail. Like I said, we got a couple things ordered. This is the first thing that came in. So we're gonna go ahead and knock this one out, and let me show you guys what that is exactly. Some bushings for my lower control arm. I believe these are poly bushings. They're pretty hard, so I don't know if they are actually poly, but these are for the front part of it. This is for the back, and we have these metal sleeves that slip into there, I believe, and it also came with some grease to lubricate the bushings from going into the control arm. So let's get everything else out of here. Came with this little thing. Let's see what that is. So you can see right here the back half of it goes in. That's where that goes. These two go in there, and the little sleeve goes inside of that. And this is pretty much just instruction, so let's go ahead and not listen to that. And what a better time to break in the new jack. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take off the wheels. I can get to the lower control arms without taking the wheels off, but with them off, it'll make it a lot easier to get to the ball joint and everything else, and it'll just give us more room to work around. So let's go ahead and take the wheels off and get everything else off. Alright, so now that the wheels off, you can see a little bit better what we need to get off. We gotta get these two. We're gonna unbolt these two bolts right here in the bottom so we can get the lower control arm extender off with the control arm. Then we got to take off this bolt right here. I believe that's a 17 or a 19, I don't really remember. And there's these two bolts right here that we have to get off. And then once these are off, that bolt's off, and then we undo these two for the ball joint. The lower control arm can come off, and while we have it off, we're gonna go ahead and clean it up and get it painted. That way it looks all nice, so you can see it through the whole cutout of the tubs here. So let's go ahead and start getting to it. I got the ball joint extenders off as well. So we're gonna go ahead and paint everything, but first I'm gonna go ahead and get these old bushings out and then paint it, then push the new ones in. You guys can see the difference. Here's the before shot. As you can see, the bushing's pretty messed up. And these are going to be the new ones going in. Alright, so if you guys have seen my video of us doing the subframes in the 350Z, you'll know that we burn the bushings out. And this time with my control arms, I was trying to go with just hitting them out with a hammer and a flathead, and I was trying for like 10 minutes and nothing was changing. So I don't have a torch here right now, so we're gonna go ahead and head over to Lowe's, pick up the paint that we need to paint the control arms, and pick up a torch as well so we can torch these bushings out and get the new poly ones, I'm pretty sure, in them. So let's go head over to Lowe's, get some paint, get a torch. So we got our little torch here with MAP gas, and we also got some primer here to get the paint a nice surface to stick on. Then we also got this metallic copper rose paint. I figured it's like the closest color to the PBM that I have, and yes, I know it's not a PBM mingle kit, but I do have PBM coilers up front, so this is like the closest thing that I can find to match it. So whatever, it's gonna look cool. Let's go ahead, let's get this purchased, and let's go home and finish her up already. Alright, so it's a little later in the day now. It was a little too hot to work earlier, and Brandon hit me up to go help him look at a car. So yeah, I went with him, and now I'm back home. It's a lot cooler now, sun's starting to set a little bit, so let's go ahead and burn out these bushings in here before sun goes down. So you can see here, I finally got the rubber hot enough to start burning on its own. You can see on the back ones the cores actually came out already, so we're just gonna let these burn out, get all the rubber out of there, and then we can start installing the new poly bushings. So you can see we got these all burnt out. They're all, the rest of it's right there. The back ones here were a big chunk of rubber, so we're just gonna let that burn off, let it do its thing, and then once it's all burnt off, we can put the new ones in, like I said. So let's just play the waiting game, watch it burn. So you can see we got them all cleaned up for the most part. We're gonna go ahead and hit it with some primer and with some paint to get them all good looking. Then we can throw the bushings on there. So we got the lower control arm extenders, the lower control arms on the other side, all painted up. This is the second layer. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray the whole can on this because I have nothing else. I have no other use for this color. So we're spraying the coat on. As you can see, it's already nighttime, so we're gonna go ahead and push the bushings in probably tomorrow, but for sure we're gonna finish it up tomorrow because obviously we can't finish it up today with the wet paint and installing. So let's go ahead and I'll just see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so it's the next day. As you can see, I got the bushings in there. So the arms are pretty much dry, but I did put a lot of paint on there, and they're dry to the touch, but I can still feel that they're kind of soft. Like, I don't know if you ever painted something and you've like felt it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, the paint's still kind of soft, it's not 100% cured yet. So we're gonna let these cure for another day. We got the bushings on there though, but tomorrow we're actually gonna go ahead and put them in the car. So see you guys tomorrow again. Alright, the paint is all dry now. As you can see, I let it bake in the car. It got really hot in there, and then let it cool down, brought it out, whatever. But pretty much same thing, taking it off, same process. Those two bolts right there for the back bushing, that one for this one right here. Then we can start bolting on the extenders and bolt the spindle back on it so it's not just hanging here. So let's get to it, start working. Alright, so as you can see, we got it all installed on this side. My hands are a little greasy, so it dirtied up some of that, but we can just clean it right off. So, as you can see now, my suspension, my wheel setup down here, is all the same color. And the brakes match the rears that I did a while ago. And if you take a look back here, I doubt you can see it, but all my PBM stuff. So, our suspension arms match. So let's go ahead and knock the other side out, and we'll be all done. We can put it back on the ground. Before I set it down, here's it all installed. You can see the arms all nice and painted. I really should get new ball joints. Those are next on the list. Everything else on the control arm setup is new, so why not? Let's go ahead and order those soon. I really want to, what else do I have to do? I have to clean up all this grease here because I spilled a lot of oil when I was redoing the oil drain line and whatnot, so we got to redo those. But as far as the video's topic, here are the control arms. They're all in and painted. So that being said, let's go ahead and lower her back down, and she's done. Well, a couple days have passed now with the cars on the ground. You can see what I'm talking about, how through the cutouts you can see the arms now. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out for this video. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.